So my heart flutters and I get all warm inside anytime I see whole house purges and declutters, just like the rest of you. However, regardless of how sexy it might be to declutter everything all at once, and the feeling you get when you imagine, I can just do it once and for all and just be done. Even if I lose my soul and will to live in the process. It never really fully solves your clutter problem once and for all. And here's the reason why. A once and for all approach does not factor in the daily functioning of your home. And realistically, are you gonna be decluttering all day long? Man, what time is... Holy crap. No, you're gonna be living your life. And in the process, you're still gonna have things that come into your home. Because you're always gonna need new clothes, new kitchenware, new organizational tools. But sometimes those things are going to end up as clutter, and that's fine. But if you don't pick up these habits and methods that I'm about to share with you that have worked for our family for 6 years, then you're gonna keep finding yourself overwhelmed, unhappy with your home, and a lot like Michael Scott.
I am dead inside.
So in this video, I'm gonna show you the 7 best tips to declutter your home the right way, so it stays clutter-free. But first, there are 3 extremely important rules that any decluttering method must follow so that you can sustain a clutter-free home and build practical decluttering routines. I'm gonna say it again, practical, because if it ain't practical, you ain't gonna do it more than once. So they have to be easy, not time consuming, and part of your daily flow. If the method doesn't match with these 3 rules, you're probably only going to declutter when you literally have no choice.
Wow.
All right, the first thing you wanna do when decluttering the right way is start with the easiest room first. You start in your hardest room, it's gonna take too long. Eventually, you're just gonna feel way too overwhelmed.
Get no patience.
Plus, a lot of the stuff that you need to move, you're probably gonna have to move into other rooms and organize it in different areas. So while this room already feels hard, you also feel like you're getting nowhere. You could equate this concept to the debt snowball. So it's the decluttering snowball. I don't know if it's termed, maybe I'll term it. Which brings me to the next tip, which is kind of the hardest thing to do for us who have ADD brains. But it might be the one thing that's holding you back. Complete one room at a time. It's tempting to start in one room and then find yourself 3 hours into another room out of nowhere. More clutter. I really shouldn't. All right, I'm doing it. What was I thinking? So there's 2 problems with this. 1, it's not sustainable. And then 2, it's just not methodical. You never get the feeling of, this one's finished. Then you never build the habit of finishing what you start.
You were almost there.
What do you mean?
Just finish it. Just put it in the dishwasher.
But it's so hard.
I believe in you. You can do it.
Fine.
I knew you could do it.
Now this next tip is sometimes the biggest pitfall for those who are after a clutter-free home, but just fail to realize this during the decluttering process. If you choose to keep something, and you will keep some things, you must find a place for it. Everything has to have a home. Just because something is sentimental and you decide to keep it, you have to decide where that item is going to live. And if you can't find a place for it to live, then you might need to reconsider keeping it.
I've made a huge mistake.
I know this seems hard and it can be frustrating, but it's gonna be one of the best things that you do. So what does your normal day look like? Maybe you wake up, take a shower, feed your kids, have your coffee, take them to school, then you either go to work or you come back home and start tidying up. Whatever your routine is, what I'm about to share with you is like a secret hack that a lot of minimalists don't talk about, but is one of the biggest reasons why they're able to make living clutter-free so easy. They declutter literally as they flow. So let's say I'm taking out the trash and I come across an item that I've been just kind of putting off, deciding whether or not I'm gonna keep it. Instead of just passing by it, I'll take the time to just go ahead and declutter as I'm flowing. I've already come across it. Let's just make a decision. If I'm cooking, which I don't do often, and I come across something that I notice that we never use, I'll get rid of that. And then I can just get right back to what I was doing without even thinking. Now, believe it or not, sooner or later, the accumulation of clutter just dramatically starts to slow down. So like I said before, we all have lives. So you're never gonna fully stop clutter from coming into your home, and nor should you, because life's too short. But what you can do is dramatically slow down the flow of clutter that comes through your home. And that in and of itself will decrease the amount of overwhelm that you feel on a daily basis. Now, this next tip, it is so good because you can save so much time just by doing this one method. So nothing builds that decluttering muscle more than doing the Minsgame. So like I said, I've been a minimalist for 6 years and I just did the Minsgame again. Let me tell you, it was a workout, but it's not an overbearing one like if you were to just declutter everything all at once. And here's why. You want to complete the challenge just so bad. And I'm extremely competitive, so I was really forced to go through all of my stuff just to find the amount of items that was necessary to declutter for each day that passed. And just like working out, it needs to be often. It needs to be often enough for your body to give a response, for you to build muscle. The same way I see decluttering. Decluttering is like working out. You have to do it often enough, build the confidence to be like, yeah, I know how to do this. This isn't so difficult. It doesn't take so much of your brain power to do it. So the more that you declutter, the better you're gonna get at it, the easier it's gonna become. Almost as easy as folding a shirt. Don't worry, I'll get it. So this next tip is one of the most important and crucial tips that I'll share with you today, especially if you're someone who struggles with being indecisive and you get overwhelmed when you need to make a decision.
Do you want to get some food?
Oh no. Why? What do you want?
I don't know. What do you want?
It was your idea.
Yeah, but you pick.
Just pick. Just pick. What do you want?
It's not that simple.
So you need to try the 10-second rule. Yes, when I declutter, I don't take longer than 10 seconds to decide whether or not I'm going to keep something. Because honestly, if I take longer, my mind's probably going to make up scenarios of when I might need to use this thing, when I know dang well I'm not going to.
Don't touch my stuff.
So yeah, you gotta try this out and let me know how it goes for you in the comments. So one of the biggest mistakes that a lot of us make is that we think that we can avoid getting rid of stuff by just organizing it and shoving it into corners that you don't typically have to see or go into. The problem with that is you cannot out-organize your clutter. Let's say it again. You cannot out-organize your clutter. Just never will happen. Eventually it's gonna close in on you and you're not gonna have any escape. And look, I know decluttering, it's not as sexy as organizing. It really isn't. And honestly, these organizing YouTubers, they really know what they're doing because they make it look really good. But decluttering first is going to give you so much more relief and the feeling you're looking for your home. And once you have your home under control, you can indulge in all the organization techniques and all the knickknacks and decorations to add some spice to your home. So if you're gonna go with the wise thing and start with your easiest room right now so that you don't waste time trying to figure out what to declutter, this video is going to show you some great ideas of what to get rid of in just a few minutes.